Okay, so let me start over. Here we go. Hi there, I'm here with Moloy Dey. He's the founder of pixelgenio.com, an explainer video company that specializes in custom explainer video production. Who am I? I'm Mona Andrei. I'm a writer, blogger, author of Superwoman, a funny and reflective look at single motherhood. And as a copywriter, I've worked with Moloy on several occasions for different explainer video projects. And recently, Moloy has been noticing an upsurge in do-it-yourself platforms, which is great because a lot of people like to be hands-on, but there's a time and a place. So Moloy, I'm going to turn it over to you with, let's start off with what are some of the important, let's start it off with somebody might not know what an explainer video is. So let's explain that. We'll begin with.
Thanks, Mona, for for this opportunity to have an interview call with you. It is so awesome. And hi, folks. So I am Moloy Dey, and I am going to give you a lot of insights probably on whatever I have experienced so far in my 10 plus years of career. And okay, so Mona, what was your question?
So let's just given a brief overview of what is an explainer video.
Okay, so explainer video, basically, if you have a business, and if you need to explain your product or service to your customer in a highly engaging way, and of course in an easy to understand way, and you don't want to make things complex for your customers to understand, then an explainer video is the best tool that can help you to actually do that, actually make your customers or clients understand your product or service in a very user friendly and engaging way.
Okay,
so
good.
That's it.
Okay, so you are and you specialize in animation video.
Yeah, right.
Which I love. I've seen your work. I've worked with you. You do very, very good work. So what I love about explainer videos is that they are, to your point, an engaging way of demonstrating, showing somebody what their business is all about, what the solution is that they're offering.
Yeah, right.
So, and it focuses on storytelling. It focuses on the customer, the potential customer or client, not the business, but you're going that way. So what are some important elements in an explainer video?
Okay, so if I sum it up point wise, so explainer video almost 90% of the time, and most of the time, it should be in the form of storytelling, because storytelling is that one thing that sells things in an emotional way. Okay, so number one is storytelling, and number two is empathy. And for the empathy part, it's important to emotionally connect with your audience. So if there is a scope, the addition of animated characters, those animated human characters, the move around and show real life situations portrayed as the customer himself. If you can show the animated characters as if they are the customer himself, okay, that creates the empathy, desired emotion and empathy. And as you know, people don't buy products, people buy emotions, and that comes from subconscious mind.
Okay.
So if you can make the customer the hero of the story that you want to say, so whatever the story you are telling, you make the customer part of the story and make the customer the hero of the story. Or just like a film, if you are doing a film, someone would be a hero, or there should be a heroine or whatever. So if the customer is within the story and is the hero of the story, then the customer can immediately relate himself with whatever the story you are telling about, and it will create the desired emotional trigger. So remember, it's not about you, it's about your customer. So the customer first thing comes in the story, and that's how you create the empathy. And the next thing is the crisis situation or the problem situation. Whatever the problems your clients and customers are facing, that particular situation. And then once the situation is told about, you offer the solution. So it's storytelling, empathy, problem situation, offering the solution. And then comes another very important part of an explanatory video is the call to action.
Right.
A good call to action can make a lot of difference, because the video is supposed to be part of the top of your funnel. If you have a marketing strategy, and if you have designed a funnel through or a customer journey through which a customer will enter your sales process and move on to the closing of the deal, then you create the interest and craving to know more about the product or service. So once they're excited to know more, you should not only clearly mention where to go next, but treat it as a second step in the funnel, so that the actual customer journey starts. You get the ball rolling. You
Right.
get the ball rolling. So that is the importance of a call to action.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the 4 points that constitutes the overall structure of an explainer video.
Right. And it's like any good marketing, it's not about you, it's about your customer, potential customer. And you have to always, to your point, guide them. What's the next step? Okay, you watched the video. Now what? Sign up. This, click here to learn more. You have to give them a call to action.
Yeah.
So tell me about the ideal length of an explainer video.
Okay. So if you ask me, I would say, there is no ideal length. But if you are telling that, okay, in the market, what are most of the explainer videos, what is the length of the most of the explainer videos that is being created, then I would say that most videos are around, if it contains a story, a problem, situation, a solution, and then a call to action, the general is about 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
But I would not recommend to someone to restrict themselves to a time frame of something like that. It completely depends on the type of business you are having, what you are trying to say, and especially on what portion of the marketing journey the explainer video is embedded, whether the explainer video is embedded in the top of the funnel, or whether it is in the middle of the funnel, or whether it is at the end of the funnel. Depending on the customer intention, the length of the explainer video can be either very short or be medium or long. It can be very long even, but it totally depends on the specific customer specific business requirement.
Okay. I love that. I'm not one to follow rules ever. Anybody who knows me in person knows that I'm a rule breaker. I do it all the time in my writing and just everything. So that's actually really good, because you're taking away, as soon as you start to say it has to be 90 seconds, you're putting yourself in a box, basically.
Yeah, right.
You're paralyzing your own creativity. Yeah. So that's good. That's awesome. So what are some of the common mistakes that you've seen in different explainer videos that are out there right now?
Okay, good question. So I have seen, in my 10 years of explainer video creation career, I have seen quite a lot of mistakes that, in fact, I even see these days also, even after so much of, there had been a lot of hype and lot of awareness, basically, regarding the creation of explainer videos. But still, I do find businesses and marketers doing some basic mistakes. So I will tell you about them. So the most common mistake is, that whenever a business is trying to invest into an explainer video, or someone is trying to invest, they think that, this is the one and only opportunity for them to say everything about their product, and they go about overboard, trying to stuff in all they have to say. So that is the primary mistake. You cannot say everything in a single video, and neither it is desired for because the moment you are trying to say everything in a single video, it becomes stuffed, and it becomes it loses the engaging factor. The story factor gets lost. It's all about the features and everything. So that is the primary mistake
too for the viewer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and relating to that is that you are already, trying to focus more on the features than on the story. That is the thing that they do mostly wrong. So, and ignoring a properly defined call to action. A lot of videos I have seen. A client of mine, had been telling me had given me a URL, that was very complex. So something like abcd.com/package/funnel/ something like that. So, and the call to action was like, to learn more, go visit this URL. No, you cannot expect your customers to memorize a very complex URL that you are giving and go into the browser and type and things, and so the URL, even if you're giving a URL, that should be very, very short. Say for example, abcd.com// or pack or something / go, something like that. Very, very
Right.
easy to memorize or remember.
Right.
Or you can give a simple email ID or direct phone number or something like that. But it should be very easy, and it should take you exactly to the place that you really want them to go, and actually the process can start. The next level of the process can
Right.
start.
And it is a
And
process, right? So
yeah,
video, explainer video, next page, and then from there, strategically, you should be thinking about where do you want to take them down the funnel
yeah.
next.
And the fourth mistake is, what they do is that, often in the whatever be the reason, sometimes it is to save some money, and sometimes it is to try to get things faster or whatever. People try to do templatized explainer videos. So I think,
Oh, templates.
if
Yes.
templates, if the
Yeah.
moment you are using templates, what happens is that you are basically restricting your creativity. Even if you're doing something simple, you should creatively unleash yourself to just, even if you're doing, you show those whiteboard kind of scribbles, that kind of things, and something like that. If your stuff and your story is interesting, and if you are just, even if you're not an artist, if you're just drawing something with a pen on the screen, then also you can make it interesting. It needs to be original, and it needs to be a good story. If the
Right.
story is good, if you are original, then it can surpass any templatized kind of video and anything.
You're
So
an artist, I'm assuming.
yeah, I am.
That's that's the
And
basic of
yeah, I am a postgraduate in fine arts. That is my base. But later on, I have learned a lot of things in marketing and stuff, and video marketing, and sales funnels and things. And now what I do is I combine all my knowledge
right.
into my artistic creativity that I put into the explainer videos.
Right. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, and some people think, depending on the industry, but business can be very stoic. But with your expertise, you're adding an element of fun and engagement, and people like fun. People, they're gonna watch a video that's interesting. They're not gonna watch something that's it's red and it comes in green, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right,
the
right.
features. It's really about the story. So.
Yeah.
Actually, I had posted on LinkedIn earlier that I was going to be speaking to you, and if anybody had a question on anything to do with explainer videos, and somebody did ask me the question about the script. Is there a time, page time ratio when you're writing out your script?
Basically, there is we do a little bit of calculation, right? There is a word to time calculation, that is 150 words equal to 60 seconds. So that is the average speaking speed of any person. Okay. But that can little bit of differ depending on what speed a person speaks.
Right.
So that's
and a good way from a writing perspective is to actually read it out loud. Is to read your script out loud. That helps, and it helps you see the flow and feel it, and very good.
I'm getting a lot of questions from people who are very hands-on, and because there are a lot of platforms out there, they enjoy doing it themselves, but there's a time to do it yourself and there's a time to go to a professional. How do you know when you should do it yourself and when you should go to a professional?
Okay, so this is kind of a tricky question, So it's like custom explainer videos versus DIY explainer tools, right? So let's think it like this. So you must have seen or taken some kind of a free course or something, and then at the end, the person, the marketer or the person is asking you to is basically giving you two options. Either you take the free lesson and whatever of value and the process is explained in the webinar, you can go ahead and do it yourself and try to figure out if things are working out for you or not. Or you can hire the person who is giving the lesson and save your time. And if you are really looking for results, then of course you would like to hire that professional person who has maybe 10 to 20 years of experience, and he is very confident about what ROI he can give you, right? But if you are a DIY kind of a person, then you will always try to take the free knowledge that is being offered, and then you will try to do things yourself and figure out things if things are working for you or not. Let me give you another example. A lot of people think the website homepage is their best sales page. But if you think it like this, what is the difference between a website homepage or a normal landing page and a sales page that is targeted towards selling or toward convincing the customer into closing a deal? Okay, so when you create a sales copy, a lot of experience, whether it is marketing experience, funnel experience, or if it is copyright experience, comes into play. You cannot expect a generic homepage try to give you the what we call it targeted results, that goal oriented stuff, that deal closing material. You cannot expect the homepage to deliver. Similarly, if you are creating a DIY video, of course it can look good, it will have a good animation, or it will have moving things and everything will be there, but it will be an animation. It will be just an animation. It won't give you that targeted, result oriented, goal achieving power. But that is only achieved by an custom explainer videos can actually create that power through which you can create the necessary emotion and empathy and the storytelling through which you can convince your customers to close a deal. That there's the difference. It makes a difference. So that's it. Right.
Very good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. This is
Okay.
I love your
Mona.
work. I really love your work. So we shall talk soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.